Result. It's a tribute to all the ones who ran before me. Known to spit truth so y'all can understand his glory. It's a tribute to all the ones who ran before me. Known to spit truth so y'all can understand his glory. It's a tribute to all the ones who ran before me. Known to spit truth so y'all can understand his glory. It's a tribute to all the ones who ran before me. Known to spit truth.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unsolicited, episode 41. I'm your host, Norm, the Master's Dog Dunham, aka the Evangelical Norm. So, Unsolicited is just that. It is my unsolicited opinion on all kinds of things in entertainment from a Christian worldview, mainly Christian stuff, Christian movies, Christian music, Christian hip-hop. That is the overwhelming majority of the stuff that I do is Christian hip-hop album reviews, but as I'm requested or other things pop up, I'm willing to do other things. So a couple of surefire ways to get on this podcast. One, drop an album that I just really like. That's a surefire way that I'm absolutely going to do a review. I like to be an encourager. I like to and share things that I really like with other people. You know, I mean, I'm not that guy that's going to smell the sour milk and go, ooh, smell this. No, I'm just going to throw it away. But if it's really good, I'm going to, hey, check this out. Right? So that's what I do the majority of the time on this. Other ways to get on this podcast, request it. If you're a new artist, if you're an up-and-comer and you don't get a whole lot of play, I mean, I'm not the biggest platform in the world, but I'm willing to give you a shot. If I like it, I'm going to do it. But here's the deal. If you ask me to do a review of so I'm going to do it. And if I don't like it, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to try to be as constructive in my criticism as possible. But sometimes you just don't like something. So, and then if there's something else, I mean, if you have other music, that other people's music that you're like, hey man, have you heard this? Take a look at this. I'll review it and I'll check it out and I'll do. Those are some of the ways that I will do some of those things. To get more episodes for the podcast. So I am definitely open for requests. And while you're making requests, hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Hit the like button for the video. Supposedly that helps me out with algorithms and stuff like that. I would say go over and subscribe on Gab TV because who knows how much longer I'm going to actually be able to be on YouTube. I've already been shut down on Twitter, but that's a whole nother story. So, and that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today, I want to bring you an album that you're going to love and talk about a brother that is really, I mean, this is the first full-length album of his that I've heard. I've heard other little clips of him here and there, just in passing, stuff on Bandcamp and so on. But this is the first of his full-length albums that I've actually sat and listened to, and that is your man Vision over there at on Bandcamp. It is Vision on Duty is the site on Bandcamp that you can go check out all of his stuff. There are a few albums there, a couple of, I believe, just a couple of singles, and then there's a couple of other full-length albums on the site. So Terrible Gods, Hills, Politically Incorrect, Farewell featuring Young Joshua and Chris White, which I was informed last I did the review of just went completely minded. Oh, Military Mindsets Behind Enemy Lines, and Joshua Penn is on there, and I was like, I don't know who that dude is. I don't know that I've ever heard that name. It's Young Joshua. So shout out. Sorry, putting names together is not my thing. I'm a greeter at church, and I don't remember anybody's name. So if you don't have the same name from time to time, I may not know who you are. So, so those are the things that are available. That's the stuff available over here on visiononduty.bandcamp.com, where you can come pick up all of his stuff that's out there and available So this album that we're going to talk about, the newest album, Terrible Gods, came out on the 29th. I actually recorded a review of this last week, but with stuff going on at home, we finished construction in our basement. We've been moving stuff around and everything else. It didn't save right when I did it. It shows up as like zeros on my thing, so the video just corrupted. What, I don't know what happened. Somebody wanted me to do it again. Apparently, I said something that wasn't true, or I don't know. Just for whatever reason, it didn't work. Here we are doing this again, and I really wanted to get this out. Like, I wanted to get it out last Friday because it was the first Friday of the month, and that was Bandcamp Friday. So let me give a little plug here for Bandcamp and something that I would really encourage you guys to do. The first Friday of the month, and I don't know how much longer they're going to do this, it was apparently in response to the pandemic and so on. But they did Bandcamp Fridays on the first Friday of every month, where they waive all their fees. All their fees are waived, and so the majority of the revenue goes directly to the artist. I mean, Bandcamp is probably the one place where artists can get the best bang for their buck anyway. So the most return on investment for them is going to come through Bandcamp. So I always encourage people to go there, and then on top of that, you can actually pay extra. Leave a tip. You go to a restaurant and you get a really good meal, you leave a tip. I suggest doing the same thing for our brothers and sisters who are making Christian hip hop, Christian entertainment. If you can go and the album is $8.99 and you can spend 12, throw them a little tip to help support the music and the entertainment and the things that they do to bring good lyrical theology, if that's where they're at, just good sound, doctrinally sound music, if that's where they're at, or just good positive music. I'm okay with throwing out a song on an album or two that isn't expressly about God or expressly the gospel or whatever. I mean, all the guys I listen to, it's ingrained in them. God is gonna come out. I mean, these guys are all either pastors or evangelists or whatever, or they just that is what they do. So, but I'm okay with, once in a while, if you've got a song on Shai Lin, we'll take that as an example. He did the song about Spurgeon. Well, that wasn't specifically about the gospel or anything else. It had it tied in there. But even Penelope Judd or A Simple Love Story. There's a few songs on there that, it has the gospel intertwined. I guess I'm kind of killing my own argument here. It's okay to do a song that is not expressly the gospel or doctrinal or something. You can do a song that is a lot of fun, and still honor God and glorify God. That's what I'm trying to get at. Not saying that, yeah, there we go. That was huge rabbit trail. Coming back to go to Bandcamp and support these guys who are doing good quality Christian entertainment for us. So that brings us back to Terrible Gods, Vision's new album. And he's got some really good features on here. Just some really, really good songs. Excuse me. It is 8 songs on the album. And this is kind of, he spans all kinds of subject matter on here, from race to politics to abortion. I'm going to play a little bit of the beginning of the first track on the song, Triggered, which kind of breaks that whole thing down. But all the different features that he's got on here. He's got Stract and cross politics. So it's almost as if he just jumped into my histories of the things that I watch or listen to and threw all this together just for me. If there was an album that was fabricated simply for me, this is the one that it is. So he's got Stract and Cross Politics featured on Terrible Gods. He's got Tone Jones and Desi Mays featured on Fruit of the Womb. If you don't know who Desi Mays is, she and her brother, Zach Morgan, one of the pastors at Apologia Church, they do a podcast called Provoked. You should go check that out, where they deal with evangelism and a lot of stuff of dealing with abortion as well. So she has a really great clip on there addressing moms who are abortion minded. So that is amazing. That's a song that, if you know what you know, you can get a little bit emotional in there. Truth Defined, Saitem Bruggenkate, again, another nice little interlude clip in there. And then the final song on there, Hidden Love, featuring Tone Jones and Joshua Crease. Again, there was just, I loved this song simply because of the interaction between Josh and Vision on this song, as they kind of talk about, there's a little like jabbing going back and forth, like old buddies coming together kind of thing. And anytime you get two artists on a song where the chemistry is really, really good like that, it makes the song that much better. I mean, would have been a good song no matter what, but just the chemistry in there makes it better. So that one, if you want to hear any of that, you got to go buy the album. But I'm gonna throw down a couple of clips. I want to play part of Triggered just to give you like the first 30 seconds of Triggered breaks down the entire album for you and gets you just absolutely in the right mindset for what this album is. So here is Triggered by Vision off of Terrible Gods.
I'm back, yeah. I try leaving, they pull me back in. All the conversations that's happened, from the son of God to my black skin, from seeing BHI catching some traction, seeing some friendships die from views clashing. Yeah, I guess that's the nature of truth, that's the nature of lies, it leads to divide. Some fail to see these wolves in disguise, but you cannot hide. I'm warning his bride. Don't act surprised.
All right, so there, just a little bit of a little taste of Triggered, the title track. I'm going to give you a little bit more of the next song, just because I want you to hear part of Strack's verse in this next song. The next one we're going to take a look at is Terrible Gods. It's the title track off of this album, and it's featuring Strack. And the reason why I really like this is I caught it, but was on a Zoom call with Kurt Kennedy and Strack a couple weeks ago. It was open to everybody who had bought their albums. So anybody who had bought the last album by Kurt Kennedy, Reporting Live, or The Beat Goes On by Strack, they wanted to get feedback. And so one of the questions was about wordplay. Strack does a whole lot of wordplay in his verses and stuff like that, and so does Kurt. But the question was, have you put a song out that you don't even think everybody got the wordplay that was in there? And he pointed to this song with just part of his verse. And I was all excited because I caught it. And so I'm like, okay, cool. But again, he hits these things that I watched all of the stuff that he talked about. So it was pretty obvious to me. So I'll fill you in on that. I'll let you figure that out here in just a second. But this is Terrible Gods from Vision featuring Strack.
Democrats, Republicans, I see what we're up against. Government's a terrible god. Racism, justice, race-baiting pundits. Race is a terrible god. The Pope and his councils, the cults and the spiritual traditions are a terrible god. Tear it down, 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 tear it down. It's got to come down. From in front of me, I got a word I've come to preach. Listen in your safe space, trigger warning, it's a breach. Put his flag in the ground, call on his name, the time is now. Politics to the God in your closet, it's time to tear it down. See, we were born in sin, doesn't matter your melanin. You trying to climb the stairway to heaven and then you fell again. Never made the connection between the two testaments. His grace is sufficient and that's future, past, and present tense. When I reminisce, no longer proud to be a citizen. United under God is the goal, that was a different gen. Wave past and fell in the crash, now on a different trend. His word is an anchor alone and you can't erase my pen. The truth is fixed in the sun, but it's not relative. He's the one road to the Father no matter where you live. So if you're trusting in Rome, stoning the government, or if you're waving the flag and you're loving it, Democrats, Republicans, I see what we're up against. Government's a terrible god, it's got to come down. Racism, justice, race-baiting pundits. Race is a terrible god, it's got to come down. Business councils, the cults and the spiritual traditions are a terrible god. Tear it down, 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 tear it down. Hey yo, false gods
hear the drumming and my little blades making different strokes like Picasso. No sitcom, I'm sick, mom, feeling growing pains as I'm watching green leaf try to twist one. Plus one after another, catch a third rock. I'm seeing idols from the cities to the boondocks. These are family matters. Are you venerating lies while the family scatters? Let us talk as we walk through this land of the lost. You slander the boss, elevating those that are false.
All right, so there you go. That is Terrible Gods from Vision featuring Stract. So that's it, guys. Again, 8 tracks on the album. A lot of really good features. Just a really good album. This is one of those where you can listen to it and not skip anything. I mean, we all know we have those albums where there's like 1 song, 2 songs on there that we're just like, eh. No, this is not one of those albums. Every song, quality, and really stick around for the little clips at the end, the little interludes between Cross Politics, Cy Tim Bruggencate, Desi Mays. Just some really good stuff, quality stuff. So go buy the album. Here's where I climb up on my soapbox and I tell you, don't stream it. Don't stream it. Go buy it. Help these guys make the money that they put into this, and hopefully a little extra beyond what they put into making the music, so they can continue to make really good quality Christian hip hop that we can all love and enjoy and glorify God with. So go pick it up, whether you get it at Bandcamp, again, visiononduty.bandcamp.com, or you can pick it up anywhere where you get your music from, whatever subscription service or whatever. Don't use that. Go buy the album. Don't stream it. Just go buy it. Take a few bucks, skip a couple of coffees or whatever it is, and go buy this album. Support our brothers and sisters who are making really good quality, theologically sound hip hop, for we can enjoy it, be entertained, and glorify God. So as always, preach the gospel at all times. Use words. They are necessary. And until next time, Soli Deo Gloria.